Hi everybody, welcome back to Tuesday Tips. I'm Dana, and this week I want to talk about whether you've got to hold them or fold them with a challenging team member, particularly volunteers. Now, one of the funniest questions I get asked if I'm meeting new people and telling them about my career is they say, "Oh, what's it like being in a job where you're not allowed to fire anybody?" Well, we are definitely allowed to fire volunteers, and there's a time and a place to make sure that that's the right thing to do and that other options have been explored before you get to that. Ideally, you want to make sure that you have a code of conduct and a list of consequences that are written out and taught to all of your volunteers so that they're familiar with what might happen if they go against the rules or the policies or just exhibit some really poor judgment or bad behavior. There's also something to keep in mind legally and ethically of, is this really a fireable level of offense? Does it check those boxes in the written code of conduct? Or is this just a personality clash or something that can be worked out by moving that person around to a different role or getting them happier in a different role with the same agency? Now, if you do have to get to that moment and you have to have that difficult conversation, it's really important to stay emotionally neutral and be clear what's happening before you get to that meeting, and that there's been enough steps of perhaps warning if it's been a buildup of behavior, or just letting that person understand that something very, very serious has occurred and they're going to be dismissed immediately. Ideally, we want to find new ways to inspire people and maybe move them to be the best fit before we fire, but don't be afraid to be the hammer. If someone's really, really flaky or they're exhibiting bad behavior, it is absolutely best for the agency to not continue to try to spend energy on that person if they're really disrupting the entire team. So if you want to really have a deep dive into this, I do have a webinar and a workshop called Hold 'em or Fold 'em: How to Inspire, Fire, or Move Challenging Volunteers. And you can check with me to do that for your agency, or check when I'm doing that webinar publicly for everyone's benefit. So hope you enjoyed these Tuesday tips. We'll see you next time.